My second video for today, 26th of January 2009, all about powerlessness over alcohol and life being unmanageable when I drink. Now, it's been some years since I've had a drink, but I've had to learn a bit more about powerlessness, which is the first step of the AA program. That's Alcoholics Anonymous, that fellowship which has helped me get into recovery from addiction to both substance and behaviour. Obviously my substance, alcohol, addicted, and my addictive behaviour, compulsive helper, compulsive yes man, compulsive challenged taker, compulsive this, that and the other, because I wanted you to like me. I wanted to be liked and loved, and I thought by doing exactly what you thought I ought to do, I would actually get to a place of happiness. And the absolute truth is, if we spend our lives trying to make others happy so that we can be happy, we're probably following a path which is not putting ourselves first. And there's a balance in all of these things about putting ourselves first and helping other people. And that's really what the Fellowship of AA Alcoholics Anonymous is all about. And the preamble, which is shared at every meeting at the start, goes like this. And this is really helping me put myself into the moment of now. And it says, Alcoholics Anonymous is a fellowship of men and women who share their experience, strength and hope with each other, that they may solve their common problem and help others to recover from alcoholism. The only requirement for membership is a desire to stop drinking. There are no dues or fees for AA membership. We are self-supporting through our own contributions. AA is not allied with any sect, denomination, politics, organisation or institution. Does not wish to engage in any controversy, neither endorses nor opposes any causes. Our primary purpose is to stay sober and help other alcoholics to achieve sobriety. And this month, January, is a day, it's a month where the day book, the daily reflections in this, an AA publication, talks about the step one of the program for AA. There are 12 steps of action to work with in any one day or any one situation that we may encounter. And that means that we have to learn what these steps are first, and we have to learn where we are in life, so we may experience these opportunities to utilise the tools of the Alcoholics Anonymous program. And many people come to AA because they're being told to, or many people come to AA because they're frightened by their drinking, or they have people in their family or community or work, wherever it happens to be, who are very concerned that we are all drinking too much. And the more you focus on the problem, the more you are encouraging the problem to keep on going. And that applies to everything, really. So if it wasn't drink, it would be something else, maybe. But in this book, 12 by 12, 12 steps and 12 traditions, it outlines the 12-step action program for individuals to make use of if they wish to. And it also shows the 12 traditions which hold the Fellowship of AA together. And I'm focusing much on the steps, because January, as in the Daily Reflections book, is all about step one, which is powerless over alcohol and life unmanageable when we drink. And the trouble is, unmanageability doesn't end there. We've been unmanageable probably for a long, long time around who we are and what we are, how we feel, why and what can we do. And behind all of that, of course, is probably fear. And the more we talk about an issue which is impossible to solve on our own, the more we try and hide what is going on. So we get into compulsive behaviours around isolation, covering up, having sneaky drinks here and there and everywhere, and probably conducting ourselves in a very secretive way, we feel, but the rest of the world knows we're being secretive because we're not there in the rest of the world. And towards the end of step one in this book, sorry for my coughing, it says, why all this insistence that every AA must hit rock bottom first? The answer is that few people will sincerely try to practice the AA program unless they have hit bottom. For practicing AA's remaining 11 steps means the adoption of attitudes and actions that almost no alcoholic who is still drinking can dream of taking. Who wishes to be rigorously honest and tolerant? Who wants to confess his faults to another and make restitution for harm done? Who cares anything about a higher power, let alone meditation and prayer? Who wants to sacrifice time and energy in trying to carry AA's message to the next sufferer? No, the average alcoholic, self-centered in the extreme, doesn't care for this prospect unless he has to do these things in order to stay alive himself. Under the lash of alcoholism, we are driven to AA, and there we discover the fatal nature of our situation. Then, and only then, do we become as open-minded to conviction, as well as to listen to the dying as the dying can be. We stand ready to do anything which will lift up the merciless obsession from us. And that's just about alcohol. But the trouble is, you see, for people like me who are compulsive helpers, or we have a strange, almost do-gooding nature if we're not careful, and there's a big difference between doing good for people and doing do-gooding. Do-gooding is about self-seeking, self-serving, self-obsession, utilising our fear and our ego and putting on a brave face, which is often, in essence, pretending to be in recovery. And pretending to be in recovery is more dangerous often. It's often called fake it to make it. So this thing of we need to help a newcomer in order to stay well, actually we do need to do that, but we have to understand where we're coming from, a place of courage, faith and self-esteem. There's nothing worse than somebody trying to do good, realising they're meddling and then letting go, and then finding that the world is turning to what it used to be, dark and very frustrating and very, very alone. So the trouble with the 12 steps of the action program is if you try and pretend to do them, some people suggest it's the only way you can in the early days, but the point I would make quite sincerely is that the more we pretend or fake it to make it, the longer our recovery takes. So my advocate, or the advocate in me, says we need a mini breakdown on a daily basis, breaking down and realising we're not succeeding, we're taking too much on, we're trying to be this, we're trying to be that, we're trying to be that awful word called perfect. So we're not perfect, and the absolute gift is, as we get into recovery and we realise we need to help others in the process, we become part of the fellowship, and simply we work at living the program, that is, being able to share experience, strength and hope, learn from experiences, which says I'm not here to do compulsive do-gooding, I'm not here to actually try and save the other person at a cost to me. So we start to slow down our recovery to be in the moment of now. And when we actually start to see my recovery is contingent on me understanding these 12 steps of action to change my attitude and behaviour. Attitude and behaviour needs to change, and we need to know what is behind that. It's our feelings. Are we feeling fearful? Is it our ego? Is it putting on a brave face? Or is it having courage, faith and confidence to be doing the right thing for ourselves and to sharing our message, not compulsively at people and trying to help every newcomer in the room? That's just blinking impossible, and people see it as superficial and fairly indifferent because there's no backup, there's nothing behind it except maybe a lot of words which mean nothing. So what happens? We get to AA, we're completely, I suppose, red raw and raging about how life has turned out, and gradually, sometimes quickly and sometimes slowly, we get the message of attitude and behavioural change, which means we have to do things more thoroughly. We have to experience life and understand how these steps work in life, and we do that by hearing it and then seeing it and then trying it out for ourselves. It's the adoption process, which is often called fake it to make it, and the answer is it's not fake, it's real, it's right now, and if it feels fearful, share it. If it feels right, share it. That's the way it goes. So for me today, I always remind myself, and I have to do this on a daily basis, step 1, I am powerless over alcohol, and if I take a drink, life will become unmanageable. Similarly, I am powerless over other people, places and things, and I need to make my choices very, very carefully around those. And the final bit for me is always the serenity prayer, which is about acceptance. And whether you believe in God or not, or good conscience, it goes like this: God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, which is my choices, and the wisdom to learn the difference every single day. There you go, a little bit more than I anticipated, but it was in me and it needed to come out.